Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to the Hunter Call of the Wild, where we are at Rybotsky Bay, and we are going to be working on, well, just basically free hunting. No requests really came in on whether you guys wanted to see more of Medved Taiga or a little stop at the archery range, so we're probably going to do another, well, this week of Medved Taiga, but next week I might actually be picking up a little bit of DLC to go to Parque Fernando. And the reason I want to go here is less about the actual animals and the map, and more of the fact it's the only place that has a decent bow range if you want to practice your aiming skills. It kinda sucks, but I suppose it blends together almost, where you need DLC for the bows that you have to aim like instinct with, and then have another DLC map just to get a decent archery range. So we'll probably have to do that. So if you guys do want to see that, just leave them in the comments, and that'll kind of give me a full affirmative, okay, yeah, I'll go through and pick that up for us. But what do I want to do this week? I better see what we have right now. Yeah, I want to pick up the moose call. Although I should also try the musk deer scent somewhere, too. Well, we'll add the moose call to our inventory because there are moose out here. That was quite a surprise to find out, especially with how we kind of came across them. So we'll add that in, and I want to see about our ammo for stuff. So we've got the big game rifle, small game for the crossbow, medium game for the crossbow. Yeah, I think it was that we were looking for small game for the longbow. I don't know if that actually exists or not. Oh, here we go. It does, so I'll pick up a couple of those. And they are the 350 grain? Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got quite a bit of stuff ready to go. We'll probably keep to... yeah, the middle one right now. So is there anywhere we want to go on the map this time? How much do we have to... ooh, there's a lot we could really go through. Maybe what we'll do... I wouldn't mind going to another lookout. So maybe what we'll do is follow the trail and try to make our way down for this outlook here. Oh. Actually, we may be able to get our first musk deer of this season. So we need the smallest arrows we got. It didn't sound too far, so I don't... see, I think the problem with the scent is that it carries by the wind, so... I don't know if it's something you actually... actually, I haven't really even tried experimenting that much with the scent, so it's hard for me to know. Like, I don't know if you just kind of spray it in the air at a spot, or you should kind of spray it on a certain, like, part of the ground, and that draws them to that patch. There's not really a tutorial... yeah, there's not really a tutorial that kind of teaches you how to use the scent lures. I guess we'll just try a little bit right here. And then hopefully just kind of look around or listen for anything that might come here. That is one of the things, is that Call of the Wild doesn't really... actually, none of the hunting games super... had a, like, deep tutorial. I know the Hunter had a few, like, tutorial missions that kind of eased you into it. But Call of the Wild, I don't think as much. Okay, well, you're not who called. But you are making your way this way. I prefer to try to figure out where that... I guess it is a buck for being a deer. But where the other one called from, because it sounded a lot closer then. Actually, I'm just going to take a quick read on that lure. Does it mention anything? Effective range depends on current wind conditions, with high wind speeds leading to a narrow and long sun cone, while low create wide and short. Yeah, so basically you need it so that way the animal... Oh. Well, we got a moose. It basically seems like you want to use the sense when the wind is blowing it to what you're kind of after. So that was probably useless, spraying it back there. I said that, though. I thought I heard something for a moment there around us. There you are. Yeah, you're just that female that was coming in from the ice. I don't even see tracks of where that male might have called from. I'm getting everything except for what I'm aiming for, apparently. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I think we will just start working our way properly back to the trail and going from there. Sometimes you get the chance of opportunities coming up with calls and that. Other times you just kind of go off on wild goose chases. So we're just going to actually get back onto the proper trail and start making our way for that lookout. It's not too far off, and I think... Actually, maybe what we'll even do is we'll just keep going straight, because there is something to find along the very edge of the road or the trail. It might just be a stand or a tower, but it's something we could put up at least. Maybe what we'll do... Yeah, I'll just hold on for now. It's hard to say what we might actually come across as we're going along. And I think if we hear a warning call from anywhere up, like, this direction, or more accurately this way, just looking at the wind indicator, that would be a good time to use the musk deer scent. Also seems like there might be a snowstorm coming on with the way the weather is right now. Gotta admit, they really tackled the weather effects nicely in the Hunter. Okay, well that's bizarre. Again, it sounds fairly close, but... That is one thing I also found really weird for the game, too, is that you have animals that will make these mating calls, but you don't get the actual callers to use on them. Like, there's nothing you can buy in the store that's just the proper call. This guy keeps distracting me. It's probably the same one we heard just the other time. But again, I don't see anything like any tracks or footprints or anything left behind in the snow to say... Oh, hang on. Maybe we got something here. They're pretty tightly packed together. It is a musk deer. Oh, and a moose. Okay, well, it looks like the musk deer was going this direction. And the moose was going the other way. So just want to see if we can find some droppings along this trail, and that'll give us an idea of how long ago this one was around here. I don't know if it's I don't think it's the same one that we heard calling, but I don't know if there's like a way you can really like attribute a call to the tracks. I think that might have been one of the issues we were having when we dealt with the Wild Night episode with the wolf pack there. It seemed like there was an invisible wolf calling almost. Yeah, mostly just staying as a trot. Nothing I can say for, like, getting an idea of the timing of it. Oh, here we go. This should give us some info. Very old, yeah. That's not even really worth pursuing, given the timing on it. We can keep heading this way, although we may actually make a little bit of a... Oh. Oh, so it's right along the railroad tracks here. I guess we'll just follow the tracks for a little bit then, so that we can see what this one point of interest is. No, a moose? Yeah. And peony forest. I think. Again, I am probably butchering all of these names and landmarks and that, and I apologize to anyone who does know the language and is watching. Okay, hit that, go there, and then go down there. Just kind of expecting we would have heard a little bit more, like, warning call, or... And we did have mating calls from the musk deer. It is just that they are a difficult one to kind of bring into you sometimes. Actually, I wonder, did any of our calls get updated to include them? No. No, I don't think so. Okay, well, given the area this is in, more than likely this is just going to be maybe like a little landmark rather... Yeah, it is. Nope, hello. A derailed train car? Oh, Lord, what is that? Okay, this is Peony Forest, but there's something we're getting towards that actually has a different name to it. Just inspect this. Is Lucina Victoria. Oh, God. Yeah, I cannot read that. My apologies. But for Victor's Bend, and the railroad derailed many trail cars in its day. These are the remains of a cattle train that derailed. Many of the cattle survived, most of the wreck removed, but some was left behind to rust. Practical reminder for railway engineers to slow down. Okay, so I guess this is just because there was maybe a bit of a bend in the... Okay, I guess I can kind of see that, because you see there's a little turn up there and then over there. Given all the weight... Oh, wow, yeah, this is a lot of cars left behind here. Given how much, like, weight and mass is moving for when a train is going along, it doesn't take too much for it to be a little too sharp of a turn and a little too fast for things to start going crazy. Look at all this. And they said left to rust, but it looks like the cars are mostly wooden. Either that, or it's actually just like metal planks. I mean, that's a neat little bit of story for the map. It's small things like that which I think are really good for the maps, where they're just like... Oh, something's here. Yeah, something's actually right inside this. Oh, a shed antler, moose antler. I forgot that sheds were actually in the game. They're just kind of hard to find. Wild boar. Probably just some more boar droppings. Very old. Yeah, nothing really to aim for around here. Guess we'll just kind of keep hiking through the woods and see what else we might hear or stumble across. And how do you like that? Just randomly found ourselves an old shed. That is something I'd actually really like to do one day, is do shed hunting, where I think you go out... I think it's just as everything's thawing. Like, the spring thaws started and most of the snow's gone, and then that way any shed antlers that have been, like, cast off through the winter or after the rut or that, you can just go find, pick up, and see, like, how big or how different they could have been. Yeah, I'll just take a little look, see what this trail is. It's probably just more wild boar, but you never know. Yeah, just wild boar. Although it looks like they were all heading up to the north more. Yeah, so probably nothing that we'll really be able to follow up on. And just more very old. So my guess is once we get towards the lookout, we may have some activity around the water here. General rule of thumb is if you're looking for animals or wildlife, you're going to want to find one of their essential needs. More than likely, you're going to want to look for where they're eating or drinking. Where they're sleeping, again, they usually try to... No? Is that something? Yeah, that's something completely different. What the heck are you out here in the middle of nowhere? But animals are going to generally try to sleep in more secluded and hidden spots, so you're not really going to be able to use that to find them. Oh. Okay, so we actually had... Oh, nope, don't mean to run. We had something go sprinting off. It was a musk deer, but I can't tell if it was male or female. We actually got a little bit of like a tower here, so this is interesting. I wonder if I should set the tower up and do a little bit of, like, use the scent to bring something in. We'll see what the tracks are first around here. And might as well set the tower up since we found it. We've got plenty of money, right? Oh yeah, we got a lot. It does take a little bit to start bringing the money in, but once you basically just have to do enough hunting and you'll... Okay, so this may be a chance for us to get a musk deer in using the scent lure. Oh, wow. Oh, wait. Okay, well that was weird. I almost thought you were supposed to, like, manually climb all the way up, but I guess the prompt just didn't show up until a little later. And I don't know how well this is going to work for, like, because I haven't used a cover scent on myself. I don't know how well this will apply. Actually, I should try to see. Is there anything in the codex about it? Tutorial log. Is there anything about scents? Here we go. Scent travels with the wind can alarm animals if they sense it. Your scent spreads differently depending on the wind's behavior. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I guess maybe we need lures? Okay, so there's not really much in here about... Well, that's helpful. By being not being helpful at all. So, I mean, it may draw them in, but I don't know if my scent is going to be covered because of that. Probably not, so... Well, it seems like if you want to use a scent lure, you have to use two parts of it. You have to use a cover scent for yourself. And then spray the actual animal scent. I don't know if it'll be coming back or not, and I don't want to spend quite too long sitting here, given... I've always found, like, this type of hunting be not one I could do, where it's just, like, sitting and waiting a lot. I'm alright with I could call and wait them out to come in, because at least there's some feedback so you know, but... it's sort of like you can just sit here thinking that something will be coming in, when in reality, there's absolutely nothing, and you have no way to really prove that. Or prove that your paranoia is correct and there is something on its way. Yeah, like no calls, no sounds. Can't really see anything with how thick all the bush is where it ran through. I'm just going to head off. That's the kind of hunting I just can't do. I just cannot just sit there thinking or hoping I'm bringing something in without any evidence I actually am. That's why I always stick to calling or stalking towards animals. That way I can at least physically know for sure, okay, yeah, there's that over there. I can hear it calling back to me. We'll aim for this marker, though, see what these tracks are. Looks like it might be another musk deer, though, from the size of them. Or it could be a boar. Yeah, wild boar. And might have... something was eating around here. Usually the kind of like chewed up grass there is mostly for food zones. I think the sleep ones are more like a matted down bedding, almost. Yeah. Moose need zone. Not sure if that's my footsteps or something else. Yeah, just a female. Not really looking to get any of those. If we could find a male, we'd definitely try going for him. We'll keep on our way and see what this little spot is next. I guess this one was mostly just a hike through the Medved Taiga, really. Not too many hunting opportunities. I think that was also one of the reasons why I didn't hunt too much on Medved, was because you had calls for a lot of the animals, but the musk deer was kind of one of the more unique ones, alongside the lynx. So because you couldn't really lure in the musk deer aside from using the scents, I don't think that really appealed to me to keep going super far into the map. But there are a lot of other animals I should kind of focus on and try to... Oh! Well, hello, there's something we can get in. Okay, so reindeer. I have to double check going in here, going all the way down. You are a class 6. So we will see if we can try using the bow for it. And one of the things is, I gotta aim... Oh, what are you? What the... Yeah, what? Are you like a... What is that hanging? A trapping station or something? What is this? Oh, shoot. Did not mean to start running. I guess this is Trapper 8. Couldn't get a fire on before the snow started falling and nearly froze to death last night. I didn't know, now Taiga knows who is boss, haha. Yeah, like, I don't know... exact... This is bizarre to find, to say the least. Especially finding, like, the poor rabbit in this state. I thought something would have completely eaten it, but... Oh. Okay, I just saw him kind of rushing in through there, so he definitely got one on his way. Don't want to make too much sound, because he was just there for a moment. I don't really have any cover with myself right now, so... Just going to go slow and steady. And we can get a bit closer, we may be able to see the tops of the rack on him. There he is. Looks like a pretty nice one, too. I mean, if he would kind of get away from the tree there, we could get a much better look at him, but... Oh, there's his eye. Okay, he's up to a 4. That actually might not be too bad of a score or, like, difficulty check on him. Now, if I can get close to one of these trees, that may be... I'm trying to cheat the system a little bit, where if you just kind of tap yourself forward very slowly, it doesn't really register as you making sound. If I can get the cover bonus from one of these trees that I have opened up as a perk... Kind of inch, 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 inch. Come on, can we get it? Ah, no, it doesn't seem to work on these trees. Shoot. I don't know where that arrow went flying off to. That's the really difficult thing about trying to use the bow and arrows, is that you have nothing you really can, like, get a great read on at times for lining your shots up. Like, until I do get the proper archery range that has, like, within certain distance, it's hard to line things up. And it does feel like the bow's behavior a bit weird as well. Like all the other shots that you've seen, even just last week's episode, as much as I thought I was aiming a little too high, they were all landing super low. It almost feels like they kind of shoot off in a weird arc. Normally, again, it feels like an arrow should go straight and down like this. It feels like the shoot, it goes up like this. And that's... I don't know, I really gotta get something that kind of gives me more feedback on how the arrows fly. I'm hoping, at least because we only tried the one shot and we didn't really pursue, he'll calm down a bit and we can try getting a bit better of a... Oh Lord, there's something right over this way that... Oh no, this is where I spotted it. Okay, yeah, this is part... Okay, that is that, so... we can kind of pursue more. You know, I might even just have to switch to the crossbow until I can figure that out, because we don't want to keep seeing all those shots being missed in that. Yeah, so he kind of broke into a run, so he's probably gone a bit of a distance, but I don't think too bad. It wasn't anything like a gunshot that rang out, so it was super cautious or super alerted. I mean, it might be true that he's even just right into a trot now, so... we've just got to continue along, and we should hopefully spot him somewhere up ahead. No, definitely decided to go into some pretty thick foliage up there. Oh! I think there's actually a deer right there. Like, the rendering kind of screws it up, but you can kind of see... yeah, I think there is a musk deer right there. Just because of the way all the grass renders in, you can't really see it that well, but... right through there... seems like there's a little something. Hopefully if I can just kind of... you know, I'm just going to kind of crawl and just do a little bit like this. Because I think this tree being here, like this sort of pine, I'll get my perk bonus back. It seems to apply more only to, like, actual pine trees. Spruce, fir, things like that will give you the bonus. So if I can get to the trunk of it, I think we'll get that cover. Then we should be able to stand right up. Well, even you don't give me it. Well, that kind of sucks. That's a nice bonus to have, and it doesn't seem like it applies as well in this map. Well, maybe this one will give it to us. It's hard to say. It's kind of sporadic on what does register. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got ourselves the sort of bonus there. There you are. So you're a class 2, so we definitely need the small game arrow. Yeah, I should drop him in just a moment, because that was definitely a long shot. I mean, sometimes you just let the systems do their job for you. Like, if the grass was rendering properly, I would have had no idea he was there. But because of the way the foliage eventually kind of gets put in or renders through, I was able to just kind of spot him. What? I beg your damn pardon. What do you mean no organs hit just now? That... Okay, we're definitely going to get this guy because I know that should have been a lung shot. Where are you saying it actually hit then? Because that should have been within a range that the wind shouldn't have affected the, the sway of it or the stray of the shot all that much. Okay, so I might just be ahead somewhere still. He calmed down pretty fast if that is the case. So just, again, I want to keep glassing as we get closer and see. Because I really feel like that one should have been an easy long shot right there. Okay, it looks like that's actually him down. Okay, so where are you saying that this shot apparently did not go where I thought it was? Did it go high or low, or what did it do? Apparently it went very high. Like, almost ridiculously high, but I guess because of how close we were? I don't know, I still feel like... I guess it is what it is. Well, at least take him in. Oh, I don't think we're going to be making it to the lookout, though, because we are probably going to look at wrapping things up here. Maybe try to get one more animal. Oh. As I was saying, one more animal, and we'll probably call things there. So let's get the proper arrows into the crossbow. And we should be okay. I guess the real problem was I didn't take into account how close we really were to the musk deer. Because again, that is the weird thing where it comes to using some of the aims. Like, it does feel like it... So the top one is, if you're aiming with that, anything when 50 meters is a straight line, or I guess 25-ish meters is a straight line. Next one is for your 50 or so, and then maybe the next one's 75 or 100. I actually don't know if there's anything that really tells you what each is. No, it doesn't really say what each one is. Okay, I guess one of the things I also have to do is in the bottom right there, you guys can see that I have that little Basically, arrow pointing to a deer. That is for being able to range the animal through using, like, your scopes or your sights. Definitely got to remember to start using that more for, like, the arch. Oh, there we are. Okay. Yeah, you're on alert, probably because you just heard me moving, eh? Just going to crouch down a bit and see. Now, it says here about the 50. So I may actually try using the crossbow here with the middle sight. My thing is, I want a nice, like, broadside to see the lungs. I don't want to try... I never like try and go for the heart for the middle shot or, like, the front on. There we go. That's what I like. Okay, and there was another one over there, but I don't think we'll be able to get him back in. I think given the time we've got right now, we'll just try to make sure that this was a proper vital shot. I feel like this one definitely should have been. Yeah, we can put the arrow in, no problem. Oh, you're kidding me. What the hell's going on here now? Are you going to tell me this one was high too? Well, I kind of crapped himself from being scared and shot. Well, the bleed rate's actually low, so that's a bit surprising. That makes me think like we hit a lot further back on it, which I don't see really being a possible case, because like the wind doesn't seem to be blowing that way either. So we'll have to track him down, see where this weird shot went. I swear, when it comes to the archery weapons, they are very, very finicky. Okay, shouldn't be too much further. Yeah, I did get some distance on him, but that's also because we've been chasing him. So where are you saying this last shot landed? Because I swear that one should have been lined up a lot better than the other one we did on the musk deer. Are you saying that, like, was this one high again? Again, it's saying that one was... Okay, a bit more forward, but higher than I thought it was going to be. So I think I definitely need to get that Park Fernando one to try to get the archery range and figure all this stuff out. Because trying it in the field does not seem to be working for us. But we'll probably end the episode off here. There's not really a camp or anything that I can see that would be close to us. I mean, the closest outpost is probably that there. Maybe one over there, but I think we'll probably end this episode here. So thank you guys very much for joining me on another little hunt through Medved Taiga. Next week, I do think is going to be the archery range on Park Fernando, because I gotta figure this stuff out if I want to try to keep bow hunting. I do feel like using the firearms is a little too easy, but also it's a lot more guaranteed that you land your shots. So, thank you very much for watching. If you have any tips, tricks, or comments whatsoever, be sure to leave them right down below, and I'll try to respond to you as soon as I can. Please remember, as always, survivors, to take care and stay alive.